Japanese, there's a word, kodawari. It means obsession or devotion, but not in a bad way. It's about care, precision, doing something the right way in pursuit of perfection, even if no one ever sees it. My dad's life is full of kodawari. You can see it in his knife collection, in the way he collected notes about everything, in this room. My dad and I have always had a kind of unspoken bond. Not the kind that you see in movies, no big speeches or heart-to-hearts over dinner. Just shared moments and acts of service. The things that don't need to be said. Part of it's the language barrier. Part of it's just who he is. He's a person with a deep love for food and not a lot of need for words. And yet, I've always felt close to him. So my dad's home office has looked the same since the 90s. I'm not saying it's outdated, but it probably still thinks dial-up internet is a modern convenience. First step, clear the space. Goodbye, clutter.
All right, what I'm starting to do is to consolidate some of the boxes, logically organize them into groupings of things that you would naturally find together. Hopefully through that, I can start to empty some of the boxes. Through emptying the boxes, I can recategorize some certain things before we start to actually move them in. And hopefully that'll give me a better idea of how I want to organize things and visually reduce the clutter in there.
This color is soft but warm. It'll make the room feel way more inviting.
Hi, memes. Hello, memes. Hello, memes. Hello, memes. So this is editing version here. Might not be the most satisfying reveal, but you know what? My dad loved it. The fact that he, in his own way, said, "Thank you, I love it." That right there, priceless.
I thought I was just helping him clear the room. Make space, open windows, breathe a little easier. But then he started giving me things. Because I think they're what he wants me to remember him by. The knives were first. His name is etched in steel like he always intended for them to stay within the family. These knives weren't just tools to him. They were an extension of who he was in every phase of life. And I'm no expert like he is, but there is something in the way that they rest in my hand. Like they remember what I'm still trying to learn. I also took home with me his stack of food magazines. This magazine is geared toward a female aesthetic filled with beauty, fashion, and lifestyle columns. And food. He never cared about the rest. He bought them for the images, those full-page spreads of carefully styled dishes captured like little works of art. What I imagined he'd say is he could taste the flavor even before picking up a knife. That good food should be felt with your eyes first. There's something kind of poetic about that. Finding inspiration everywhere, even in places not meant for you, and making it yours anyway. And then there was travel books. I remember these from when I was a kid, spread out across his desk, my dad flipping through them with this quiet excitement. While other families planned around sightseeing, he planned around food. Every trip started with a list of restaurants he wanted to try. Back then, I didn't understand what he was chasing, but somewhere between all those bites, I started to get it. Looking at those books now, I realize that's how I fell in love with food too. He's still here, still cooking, still sending me home with food every time I visit. And the off chance I still haven't learned how to cook yet, I'll be able to at least survive on the food that he gave me. But something shifted. I think when someone gives you a piece of what was once part of their life, they're trusting you not just to keep it, but to keep the story going. While going through his things, it wasn't just about finding old knives or handwritten recipes. It was about finding the parts of him that I never really saw growing up. Or maybe that I just understand differently now. My dad still doesn't say much. He didn't explain the notes in the margins or why he saved single torn pages from old cookbooks. But that's okay. I've learned to listen in the silences. Now I get to carry that forward, in my kitchen, in my own way, with my own rhythm, but always with a part of his. This isn't a goodbye to the past. It's a way of keeping it alive and close to the heart. Quietly, just like you taught.